She worked before the sun came up. She worked long after the sun went down. She gave everything, every single day. And somehow, she was always the one being questioned. My friend, this is a story about a bee, but it is not really about a bee. It is about you. And about the moment you decide to finally stop explaining yourself. Please listen till the end. In a wide, quiet garden, there lived a bee named Maya. Maya was not the biggest bee in the hive. She was not the fastest. She was not chosen as a leader. But every morning, before the first flower opened, Maya was already flying. She collected nectar from the tallest flowers, the ones far from the hive that other bees called too difficult. She carried pollen through wind and through rain. She built the honeycomb with patience, one small cell at a time. She did not do this to be noticed. She did not do this for praise. She did this because it was her purpose, her quiet, honest purpose. And the honey she made, it was the purest in the whole garden. The other bees knew this. The flowers knew this. The old gardener who walked through every morning, he knew this too. But there was one who did not seem to know, or perhaps he simply did not care. His name was not given. He did not need one. You already know this type. He sat on a leaf near the hive every single day. He watched the bees work. He never collected nectar. He never built anything. He never helped anyone, but he always had something to say. Why does Maya fly so far? He would say to anyone who listened. The flowers near the hive are good enough. Why does she spend so long on each cell? He would ask. She is wasting time. And in a quieter voice, the voice that carries the furthest, he would whisper, she thinks she is better than everyone else. That is why she works alone. The other bees mostly ignored him, but Maya heard him. And slowly, without even realizing it, Maya began to explain herself. She would fly back early to tell the other bees why she went so far. She would stop her work, mid-task, to show the fly her methods. She would justify her choices day after day to a creature who had never once tried to understand. And do you know what happened? Maya became tired. Not from flying, not from carrying nectar through wind and rain. She became tired from explaining. She started flying shorter distances. She started building smaller cells. She started choosing the easier flowers, the ones close to the hive that required no effort, no courage, no sacrifice. Not because she stopped caring, but because she was spending all her energy defending herself to someone who was never interested in the truth. One evening, Maya sat alone at the edge of the hive. The sun was setting. The garden was very quiet. And a question came to her, slowly, painfully, like a thorn she had been ignoring for months. If I have to explain myself this much, am I doing something wrong, or am I simply explaining myself to the wrong one? That night, Maya made a decision. She did not tell anyone. She did not make a speech. She simply stopped. The next morning, the fly sat on his leaf as always. Where is Maya going? He called out. Why so early? Why so far? Maya heard him, and for the first time, she did not turn around. She kept flying. The day after, same thing. The fly spoke. Maya flew. The day after that, the fly spoke again. Maya was already gone. Days passed. The fly's words did not stop. But something changed. They stopped landing, because a word can only hurt you if you stop to catch it. Weeks passed. The old gardener walked through the garden, as he always did, slow and quiet. He stopped near the hive. He looked at the honeycomb. It was fuller than he had ever seen it. He looked at the flowers at the far end of the garden, flowers that had not been visited in months. They were blooming again. Then he looked at the fly, still sitting on the same leaf, still talking, still watching, still contributing. Nothing. The gardener did not speak to the fly. He did not argue. He did not explain. He simply bent down near a small wildflower growing in a crack between two stones, a flower that had bloomed in complete silence, with no one watching, with no one encouraging it, He looked at it for a long moment. Then he stood up slowly, and he said quietly, to no one in particular, "A flower does not explain itself to a weed." Then he walked away. My friend, in your life, there is a fly. Maybe it is a person at work. Maybe it is someone in your family. Maybe it is a voice on the internet. Maybe, and this is the hardest one, maybe it is a voice inside your own head. This fly does not build. This fly does not create. This fly does not help anyone. But this fly has an opinion about everything you do. And for a long time, you have been stopping your flight to explain yourself. Here is the truth that Maya learned. You will never explain enough to satisfy someone who does not want to be satisfied. You will never work hard enough to impress someone who has already decided not to be impressed. The explanation is not the problem. The audience is. Stop explaining, keep flying,